It just so happens that more people watch our videos without a subscription than with it. Let's fix it. Subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you won't miss anything interesting about the Star Wars universe, and we will be very pleased by this. Your subscription is the best support for us. Thank you all in advance. It seems that the time has come for a series about Mace Windu. The legendary Jedi Master with a unique purple lightsaber has been a favorite of Star Wars fans for a long time. In many ways, this is the merit of actor Samuel Jackson, who played his character so convincingly that while he is on the screen, you involuntarily get into him and you can feel all his power, even outside the combat scenes. And although a fat point was put in the history of Master Windu in The Revenge of the Sith, fans to this day do not lose hope for his return. On the internet, you can find a huge variety of theories in which different authors consider all possible options for his revival, and any videos devoted to the same topic quickly collect huge views. Moreover, Samuel Jackson himself adds fuel to the fire from time to time when he says that he adores Star Wars, his hero, and would gladly return to the role of Mace Windu in future projects. As you can see, the interest in this topic is incredibly high, so much so that if Lucasfilm decides to announce Windu's solo series, it is guaranteed to become one of the most anticipated Star Wars projects in the last 15 years, and is guaranteed to bring Lucasfilm big sales of paid subscriptions to Disney+. I think Dave Filoni and the company understand this perfectly well, and it is likely that they have considered or are even considering options right now for integrating Mace into new projects. But at the same time, they do not want to break the canon and revive the character just for the sake of profit. Nevertheless, Lucasfilm continues to use Windu, but they do it only for the prequels of its own story. For example, they recently released a new canonical comic dedicated to one of the tasks of Windu during his turbulent youth. And in the same Tales of the Jedi, his past relationship with Count Dooku was well revealed to us. Therefore, as for comics, books, games, or animation in the prequel format, Lucasfilm has no restrictions here. But fans continue to demand a sequel, not a backstory. It is interesting for everyone to look at the survivor and after the fall, and the considerably aged Mace Windu of the Galactic Empire, and that it was not an animation, but a live performance by Samuel Jackson. And you know, I've been thinking about it for quite a long time. How many deaths have already been devalued by such sudden and at times not entirely logical revivals? Is there any need for another such a precedent? The death of Mace Windu is a turning point in the life of the main character of the saga, Anakin Skywalker, who is the main link in the character's transition to the dark side of the Force. I don't want this moment, which is important for the history of the whole saga, to be made into another devalued reason for earning money on subscriptions. But this is one side, and if you still imagine the revival of Mace Windu as a possible option for a solo series, then how exactly can the character return to the screens? I will express my opinion, and I believe that this is the only correct option. The third season of The Bad Batch shows that Emperor Palpatine has seriously delved into the topic of cloning and gaining immortality. Specifically for this, he built a whole system of secret laboratories on various forgotten planets in the depths of which the greatest Imperial scientists conduct experiments and try to create something unimaginable. And as we understood, for the success of the Necromancer project, he needs a large number of midichlorians, and perhaps for this reason, an entire tomb was built in the acquisition of the moon Nur to preserve the bodies of the dead Jedi so that one day they could be used in new experiments. If the Imperials brought every dead Jedi here, then why didn't they show us Mace Windu? I have an answer, and you might find what I'm going to tell you interesting. Pay attention to the following point. Mace Windu is an incredibly powerful Jedi. Palpatine must have felt his power during various meetings and conferences on Coruscant, and most importantly, Windu is the only one who was able to defeat Palpatine in a fair fight. Starkiller doesn't count. And although many believe that Palpatine deliberately succumbed in battle because he knew that Anakin would soon help him, I'm still sure that Windu was able to defeat him. In addition, During the fight, Palpatine was not relaxed and kept his concentration, and this tells us that he was still not sure about Anakin's help, but he really hoped for it. Anyway, Master Windu won, but after Skywalker's betrayal, he lost his arm and was thrown out the window, and then his body collapsed from a great height somewhere on the lower levels of Coruscant. And as we know, no one has ever died from such a fall in Star Wars. Therefore, after the announcement of Order 66 and Anakin's departure to the Jedi Temple, Palpatine could send trusted people to search for Mace Windu's body. He appreciated the Jedi's power on himself and realized that he could still be useful in future experiments. Thus, the surviving but severely wounded Master Windu could be taken and placed in another secret laboratory of the Empire on another forgotten planet where various experiments are probably still being conducted on him. It's also possible that Palpatine would have tried to turn him into an Inquisitor, but as far as I'm concerned, the Emperor wouldn't have taken that risk. But he would have definitely put experiments on it in an attempt to come to that very ideal formula for gaining immortality. Mace would have spent more than 10 years in the walls of the mysterious laboratory until one day someone else would save him. And you know, this very other may well be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Judge for yourself. The hidden tomb of the Jedi in the Inquisition must have made a bad impression on the Master. After learning that one of the Jedi survived and is imprisoned in the Imperial Laboratory, Kenobi can go on another mission until he finds out that Windu himself is a prisoner and saves him. In the end, the exhausted Mace will not live long enough to tell a lot or return to his former condition, but will die next to a friend and finally receive a decent burial. The canon will not be violated. Lucasfilm will get big sales and fans will smile broadly. It turns out that the very fact of the survival of Master Windu has the right to exist. But as for the series, so far there have been no announcements or even rumors about it, and if Lucasfilm ever decides to create it, it will not happen very soon. First, they will need to finish the story of The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, and then they will see. What do you think about my theory? Write your opinion in the comments and suggest your own plot options for the return of the legendary Jedi Master. That's all for today. Thanks a lot for watching. See you soon. May the Force be with you.